point of personal order. I don't deny that I called you liars because you were lying at the time.
Mr. Stewart,
Let me finish, please. I've listened to you. Let me finish. If we're going to talk about who's responsible for what happened back in June, I arrested nobody. I acted in good faith on what I thought was the right thing to do. The chief arrested me, and he illegally arrested me, because in this state you cannot arrest somebody for a citation. He cited me for not getting a permit. You can cite somebody for doing that just like you can in a traffic violation. You cannot take them into custody. You cannot cuff them and put them in the back of your cruiser and make them wait an hour and a half before you come out and then sign a citation. You cannot do that in this state. In fact, you cannot do that in this country. It is a violation of my constitutional rights. Now, were I the type of person who wanted to get even with the chief, I could file a federal lawsuit over this. I don't think that serves any purpose at this point. But I get a little tired of this council trying to dump this on me. There was no reason whatsoever for the chief to take me in custody that day, except that he was angry, his face was red, he was saying things that I'm sure he doesn't even remember saying. In one instance, he even threatened to arrest our mayor. Those things came out of his mouth, and I have witnesses who were there to watch it. I haven't made an issue about this. All I asked you to do was pay an attorney for me, because you have to do that under the law, since I was acting as your village administrator. I told you up front what that was going to cost you. You agreed. I certainly did. Told you up front, right here, there was a motion made to pay it. You knew exactly what it was going to cost, and then my attorney cut it in half because we didn't go to trial. He was due a lump sum that was twice the amount. That amount was $400. All right? And then the chief insisted that our own prosecutor could not handle this case. I have no relationship with the prosecutor. I've never even met her before. But he decided on his own that she could not handle this case. So what did we do? We went out and hired Dexter Baxton and paid him to do the prosecution. I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for that at all. An attorney shows up here. The chief was never charged with anything. I never brought charges to the mayor, who's the only one who can bring charges against him before this council. Never did any of that. But he felt threatened, and he hired a personal attorney. If I feel threatened right now, and I go out and hire a personal attorney, 2 months from now, are you going to pay my $5,000 bill? Of course not. You know better than that. The public would lynch you if you did that. There was no reason for him to hire. I was the one that was being charged. I was the one that went to court. There were never any charges brought against him.
No, I'm not arguing that case. I'm arguing you sitting there calling us all liars when you have not been to every council, every finance meeting. We have minutes that prove that you've not been to every council meeting. We did not ask you questions about the bill because we asked Ann questions about the bill. Ann answered every question that we asked her about the bill. We didn't need to come to you and bother you. Ann took care of it. You said that we always had financial reports from April on.
Well,
we have not. If we had had financial reports, you would not have apologized to us every month for not having them. They would have been in the minutes and then...
Excuse me, you may not have had them in April, but I personally made sure you had them in the months after that. They may not have been officially approved. They may not have been in the form that you were used to getting them, but the totals were all there for each account, for each line item. There were some mistakes on that. There have always been mistakes on financial reports. There were mistakes with the last two people that were here. I wasn't arguing that. What I'm arguing was that you had the report, you had a chance to see it, and if you didn't didn't understand it, you had plenty of opportunity to ask questions about it, and nobody did. They just sat around and wrung their hands and said, we don't know. And that's the truth.
And
I'm not a liar.
I never ask any questions, no. Because Ann does a lot of the work. So it's easier to go to her and have her explain to me.
Well, in addition to that, you have the same access I do. There are books in there that keep a running total